Okay, now let's have a look at the basic trick. The basic trick works with on the principle of, let's say, right angle triangle. It has to be right angle triangle. If you're considering this as an angle, yeah. If this is the angle, this side is known as opposite, and the side adjacent to the angle we call it adjacent. The diagonal side, the longest possible side in a triangle, right angle triangle, is called hypotenuse. Then we got the formula called SOH. So that's SOH, S-O-H, CAH, C-A-H, and TOA, T-O-A. Sine x is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cos x, where x is an undefined angle, yeah, that value. It can be defined. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan x is opposite over adjacent. So these are the formulas that we will be using to find out some of the things. Triangle has 6 things, 3 sides and 3 angles. So we need to solve these things. Okay, now here we got a question. First thing we need to do is label the triangle. This is an angle, so this is the opposite side, opposite to the angle. So we call this side as opposite. Now this side, this is the angle, and this side is adjacent to the angle. So this will be my adjacent. And obviously the diagonal one is hypotenuse. Now the question is find the x. So where is the x? Here is the x. So we need to find the value of the x. So how we find the value of the x? We are going to use the SOH. What is given? If I try to use sine x is opposite over hypotenuse. Do I know the value of the x? No, I don't. Missing. Do I know the opposite? No, I don't. So I got 2 unknowns. I cannot use that one. So let's do tan now. SOH, let's do TOA. Yeah, tan x, I put brackets look nice. Tan TOA. Okay, do I have the x? No. Do I have the adjacent? Yes. But do I have the opposite? No. So 2 things are missing. I can't use that one. Now let's use the next one. CAH. Change the color. Cos x equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Do I have the x? No. Do I have the a? Yes, 3. Do I have the h? Yes, 8. Out of 3 things, 2 should be known. So we write it down. Cos x equal adjacent, which is 3, and hypotenuse, which is 8. You can put that in calculator. That is going to give you cos x. The value you will get should be less than 1 and more than minus 1. If it's more than 1 and less than minus 1, it means you have made a mistake. So cos x should be between 1 and minus 1 and 1. So 3 or 8. Anyone got a answer 3 or 8? What's the 0.375? Yeah. Now you got cos x. The question is not cos x. Question is x. So what you do is you put the cos on the other side. How do we put the cos on the other side? You pick it up, move on the other side, but when you do that one, that becomes a cos minus 1. We call it cos inverse. Now if you do shift and cos, that's what you will get. Anyone with a calculator, if you can put cos inverse 0.375, what's the answer? You got an answer 67.97. Yeah, to 1, like, which is going to be, let's say, is around nearly equal to 68 degrees. Yeah. Okay. Now I'd like you to try this question, please. Okay, now here when first you label, so this is opposite, this is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So you need to find out which one you're going to use. So you need to find the x, and hypotenuse and opposite is given. So that's so. So you write down sine x is opposite over hypotenuse. Plug in the values. Opposite is 12, and that's 13, and that's sine x. Up to you if you want to find out the 12 over 13 or keep it as it is and move the sign on the other side. So if you want to keep all the numbers perfect, keep it as it is. Once you move this sign from here to there, that becomes a sine, but then there's a thing appears on the top called inverse. You put that and you will get an answer around 66.92. Well, it's closest decimal, yeah? So you can call it 67, but it's better to write 2 decimal place if you want to, yeah? You will never go wrong. So 67 point, so around 67, let's call it around 67, yeah? Now I like to try this question, please. Here you have to use the tan. Okay, now here obviously we have to first label. So this one is opposite. Let's use a different color. Opposite, because opposite to the angle. This is known as adjacent. So that's hypotenuse. We're not given the value of hypotenuse. So I'm going to use TOA. Tan x is opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Now I plug in the values. What's the value of the opposite? 9. What's the value of the adjacent? 20. This is my tan x. Yeah, doesn't matter you write uppercase 10 or lowercase 10. Now I need x. So x is tan inverse 9 over 20. And that will give you value 24.22 or 23 degrees. So that's your answer.